Hey, 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 everybody out there in YouTube land. How is it going today, man? What? Okay, put it there. Bang over here is trying to play footsie with me while I'm driving. There, I got the footsie. Now what are you going to do? Don't play that oopsie cutesy routine with me. Oh, give me the other foot. Okay. I'll hold this one for a second. Such a pet. That Banger's my riding partner there, the fuzzy kind. Excuse me while I enjoy my after dinner tobacco. But I wanted to have this conversation while it was fresh on my mind. Sending messages back and forth to a guy, Brian. So shout out to Brian. He's put in his application coming on board over here at Magnum, and it made me actually think of a conversation that I was having with a fellow Magnum driver just yesterday. We were talking about the driver turnover in the trucking industry. And he made an interesting statement. Because I said, 70% of new drivers don't make it through the first year. And he goes, you could look at that where you would think that meant that 70% fail. And he said, I don't believe 70% fail at trucking. I believe, and this is him talking, he said, I believe that 70% of the people, the industry, industry fails for them. And he was so absolutely right with what he was saying. I mean, he was dead on target. I'm not going to name these starter companies that prey on all the new people coming into the business. I think you all pretty much know who they are. They're the ones with the big advertising budgets, and they're sending the recruiters out to the schools, trying to get the fresh meat coming into the industry. They just freaking take advantage of people. I get sick of it. It's one of my biggest pet peeves of the way that the big mega carriers prey on the new people coming into this industry. I think it's insane. I actually think I could put the numbers together to where I could even show that it's really not that cost effective. I think they're evil in their thinking. They're thinking if they can get a driver to drive for a year or two for pennies that they're winning. Because they're all on contracted freight. They're getting $3.50 a mile for the freight. And then they got some guy that they've wrapped up in a contract and paying for school and this, that, and the other, that they're actually only paying the guy about 30 cents a mile. Freaking criminal. To me, it's just absolutely insane. Now, a lot of people would think, truck driving, that's an easy job. All you got to do is drive a truck. Get to listen to the stereo all day. There's a major sacrifice you make with this job. You're out here on the road. You're away from family. You're away from friends. You're away from your hometown. It's work. To me, it's a job that's 24 hours a day. And to a dispatcher the other day. I said, I'm out here, I work for months on end, month in, month out, 24 hours a day. She goes, you don't work 24 hours a day. I said, yeah, I do. She goes, no, you take 10 hours off every day. And then you got 3 hours of break, so that's 13 hours. You only actually work 11 hours a day. And I said, okay. I said, if you're not at work, where are you? Well, I go home after work. I said, well, I work in this truck. And at the end of my day, I don't go home. I'm still in this truck. So if you were still sitting at your desk all night and you were sleeping at your desk, you'd be at work, right? Well, yeah. I said, yeah, I work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, week in, week out. So yeah, I work 24 hours a day. I guess it's how you look at it. Now you think some of these big mega carriers, they don't have the freight like we do. It's pretty easy to run 3,000 miles a week where I'm at. We got more freight than we got drivers to haul it. We don't sit and wait on loads. We are moving. Hell, I've had trainees that come out their first week and did 4,200 miles in a week. Now, I'll tell you that's not the norm, but it can be done. I like to run 3,400 miles a week. That's my number I shoot for every week. And I'm pretty consistent with that. I generally run 13,000 miles a month. Now, let's go on the high end at a mega carrier that you run. They'll say, yeah, all of our drivers average 2,500 miles a week. First of all, are they telling you the truth? A lot of times they're not. But let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's say 2,500 miles a week. And after, the tuition payments, reimbursement, all that kind of stuff, say the driver's actually making 30 cents a mile starting out. That's $750 a week gross pay. And then you got your Uncle Sam, IFTA, Social Security, everything else coming out of that. Let's say you're actually getting home with $550 a week. And most likely you got some bills at home and stuff. And plus you got to eat out while you're out here on the road. I can't tell you how many new drivers I've seen going up and buying a sandwich and a drink, and they're counting the change out of their pocket because they're struggling to get by. It's just absolutely criminal to me. The guy's out here away from his home for weeks at a time, and he's barely getting home with enough to feed himself on a daily basis. It's criminal. Can you imagine how far a guy's head can get turned around and backwards over just a short period of time in that situation? Where he's working his ass off and he's struggling for existence. When you work, the reward has to be equal to the effort and the dedication that you put out. It's got to be tit for tat. It's got to be an equal trade. $750, $800 a week gross, just they don't cut it in my book. I hear a lot of company drivers bragging over $1,000 this week. Man, it breaks my heart. An average week for me take home is, $1,500. But the difference is, I love my job and I love where I work, and I'm still, getting home with $1,500 a week or more. And the other thing is these mega carriers and starter companies, man, they've got their thumb on you. They micromanage the crap out of you. They route you where you're going. They tell you where you can fuel and how much fuel to get here and there. And they just make your job a whole... I followed a guy out of a shipper the other day, and he was working for a mega carrier. And he was talking about that while he was sitting there in the door, his clock ran out. And I said, oh yeah, I come in off clock as well. That's another subject, right? But we do that a lot in this industry. We're sitting there. Now, when I back into a door, I log in off duty and I crawl back in the rack and I take a nap. I go to sleep. This driver, though, to me it was sad. It was absolutely sad, the situation that his company put him into. And this is a big company. If I said their name, everybody would know who I was talking about. You all know this company. It's a starter company. The guy had been there for a little over a year, which I was like, why? Haven't you made a contact out here to get a real job? Anyway. I gave him all the information on how to get on with Magnum. And I don't do that just for the referral bonus. Man, I want people to be in a better situation than where they are. This guy, we both got unloaded at the same time. We both got our paperwork at the same time. We go to leave, right? He pulls out right in front of me. He's doing 3 miles an hour all the way out the gate to this shipper. And when he gets on the road, he's doing 3 miles an hour to get around the corner to get to a place where he can get into a parking spot so that he can shut down for the rest of his 10-hour break. He's rolling at 3 miles an hour so he doesn't trip his E-log. What kind of crap is that? I'm running E-logs, but my E-logs run off a GPS. They're not connected to the transmission. I can drive anywhere in a 5-mile circle without flipping my E-logs. And even if, now that I'm empty and I'm going to a parking spot, I can run on personal conveyance up to 25 miles. Now, I can actually run continuously on personal conveyance as far as I want. Up to 3 hours, 150 miles, whatever that is, if parking's not available. The only thing I have to do is just, if I go over 25 miles on personal conveyance, my company asks me to shoot them a message and just let them know what's going on. Why I ran so far on PC. Simply because we've had some drivers abusing the PC, driving out their clock and then running another 100 miles or so. Man, you get an audit from the DOT, they will tear you up for that kind of crap. But anyway, I'm watching this poor guy. He's having to drive at 3 miles an hour to get off the lot and find him a parking spot out on the street. You know, it's crap. And then when he goes home on his home time, he has to take his truck to a terminal and either have a family member come get him or something and give him transport him the rest of the way home. And not allowed to have a dog on the truck. Not allowed to have any riders in his vehicle. If he's stuck somewhere over a weekend on a 34, you can't move the truck. What kind of life is that? And plus he's not making any money either. Hell, I'd quit within the first year. I'm not going to live like that. I wouldn't ask anybody to live like that. That's the reason why I turn people on to Magnum. And that's what me and this other guy were talking about. The trucking industry fails a lot of drivers. Where we're at, we're blessed. We're absolutely blessed with the life that we live. We're paid well. We're given all kinds of freedom. We're not micromanaged in any shape, form, or fashion. Our company does expect us to hold a professional standard. Pick up the freight on time, deliver it on time, do it on a safe manner, protect the public, and take care of their equipment. It's really all they ask of us, and they pay us well. As a company driver, it's a place to be. You know, when I go home on home time, I don't have to park my truck at a terminal and then get transportation to go home. I drive this sucker home. It's just like it's my own truck. I drive it home. I can park it in front of my house if I want to. I have my dog on the truck. My kiddo during the summer can come out and ride with me for a couple of weeks if I want. If I'm on a 34, I can drop my trailer and run around and do things. Go to a restaurant, go to a movie. I can live a life. I'm not being held out here as slave labor in turpitude. So why is there a big turnover in the trucking industry? It's not because so many people fail at it. It's because the industry fails so many people. One of the most true statements that I think I'd ever heard. To me, it's absolutely criminal. You know, I generally send out a very nice, positive message. But I'm telling you, folks, you don't have to live your life that way. I did a video, it's in my archives, choosing a trucking company. Go watch that. You know, do your research, check out companies. I tell you how to do that in that video. You don't have to go to work for a starting company. You can get your CDL and come directly to work for a premier company. You don't have to go to a mega carrier. You don't have to get your start that way. Come someplace, come to a company where they want you to succeed. Come to a company that treats you like a human being. Go to a company that they respect you and care for you and are grateful to you. You know, it's a tit for tat. It's a give and take. And if you're giving a whole lot more than you're receiving, you're in the wrong spot. Woo, almost hit a duck. He took off a little bit late. We missed him by about that much. You're a lucky duck. Get to live another day. Don't just take the easy route. If a company is spending a lot of money on advertising for new drivers, if they're sending recruiters to schools to recruit people directly out of the schools, if they're a mega carrier, got thousands of trucks, and they're starting you out at low pay. Some of you think that $700, $750 a week's a lot of money. When you've been out here doing this job week in and week out, you'll figure out real quick that ain't no money. You need to be making twice that. Twice that as a company driver. Think about how much better your life would be if you were putting $1,200, $1,500 a week into your bank account every Friday. Would your life be better? Don't settle for less. Don't sell yourself short. You can do this, and each and every one of you deserve a good job. That's the reason why I wave this company banner so much. Anyway, I've ranted and raved on this subject long enough. I think y'all get the gist of what I'm talking about. But it just really angers me what I see going on in the industry. Don't be a victim. Come out here and succeed. I want each and every one of you to succeed and win. Anyway, that's enough of my little rant for the day. Anyway, y'all have a blessed day. God bless each and every one of you. Remember, you too can change the world.